I have a puppy. Say hey. Say hello. Say hello. Everybody meet Bunty. Say hey, Bunty. Say hey. Hey. Hello. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be sharing with you some very exciting news. I basically have a puppy. Yes, I have a puppy, and it's definitely something that yeah, it's a bit of a surprise moment. So if you can hear little paws, little footsteps in the background, then that is my puppy. His name is Bunty. He's actually doing a wee right now. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy, Bunty. Good boy. Ah, yes. One moment. Let's go and clean that up. So yeah, basically, I'm going to be sharing with you the realities of owning a puppy. Now, if you don't know, I basically live on my own. I'm by myself. So having a puppy is pretty much a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal anyway, but I want to share with you some of the things that people probably just don't tell you about a puppy. And yes, there are the obvious things, like of course, you've got to be serious, you've got to know exactly that you actually want a puppy or a dog, because it's no joke. It is definitely a huge responsibility. There's also the pooing and the weeing and all of that they have to look after and tidy up and take care of. But other than that, yeah, it's a big deal. So let's get into it. I'm going to be sharing with you some things, some tips really. If you are like me and you're totally new to this whole puppy thing, before I even owned a puppy, I hadn't even held a dog, let alone owned one. So if you're like me and you're completely new to this, but still you want the joy and love of having a puppy, and you've taken time to think about it and you know for sure this is something you want to do, or if you've had a puppy or dog in the past but now as a fully fledged adult on your own or with your own little family and you want to have a puppy or dog and you're just trying to remember everything, then this video is definitely for you. So before we get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share this with your people and anybody else who you think will find this very interesting. I would really appreciate it. So first of all, I have wanted a dog for quite a while, and I've been thinking about it for a good few years. I always known I wanted a small dog, because yeah, I don't think I can deal with a big one. But yeah, and I suppose during this time of lockdown and this sort of reality that we're all in right now, I just thought, well, now is the time. I'm quite fortunate to be able to work from home currently and for a while now, so I just thought, is now the right time? I weighed up the options and I thought actually now would be a good time, especially if I do want a dog. Now would be a good time to do it because I actually have the time dedicated to really train the dog, get into a really good routine, and also be there for the dog during this time, rather than doing it whilst I am going into the office and only having basically weekends and evenings to do it. I live on my own, so therefore it's just me. So this is Bunty. Say hi, Bunty. Bunty is a beautiful miniature long-haired dachshund pup. Hello. Yeah. Hey. Say hey to the camera. Oh, say hey, Bunty. Oh, yeah, he is an absolute babe. He is now 11 weeks old, and I've had him for just over a week now. First thing I would say, especially if you are looking to go and travel for your puppy, I would highly recommend you go with someone, especially if you're driving, if you have to travel to the place. Now, where I got Bunty from is Cumbria, and from London to Cumbria is a good 10 hours round trip. Actually, it was a bit longer than 10 hours because coming back we stopped off multiple times at service stations, but it's about 5 hours there, 5 hours back. And especially during the time of sort of lockdown, where you have to wear masks, you have to social distance and everything like that. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty overwhelming, to be honest, the journey. And so I have so much thanks to give to my sister and to my niece. Shout out to them for being with me, for doing that long trip with me, because I honestly do not go, you cannot go on your own. I mean, Bunty was really good. It was his first time being outdoors, let alone out in a car or anything like that. So there was a bit of whimpering, there was a bit of crying, which people do say. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for some crying on the journey, because obviously they're dealing with separation, they're dealing with a new environment, they're scared, everything like that. So that's why I would suggest, if you're traveling, to go with someone, especially if you're driving, because if you're going on your own, you're driving, how can you take care of a puppy? So thankfully there was 3 of us, so that was really good. Be also prepared, if you are driving or traveling, that there may be an accident of throwing up. Bunty was a bit car sick, but that's okay, it was all right. As I said, because there was someone else in the car as well, we were able to take care of that. It's hard for you to do on your own. So that's my first absolute tip when you are going to collect your beautiful bundle of puppy joy, to go with someone. Also just for moral support as well, because man, it was quite overwhelming. I will be honest with you, from my own experience, that it was overwhelming for me when I picked him up and the reality set in of, I have a puppy. Now it's obviously something that is a big responsibility. It's my own like responsibility. As I said, I live on my own. I don't have children or anything like that. So I was definitely used to my own space. And there was a moment where I just thought, whoa, this is a lot. Yes, it is. Because once my sister and niece left, it was just me and Bunty. And yeah, I'm just speaking from my own experience. It was overwhelming because I just thought, okay, yeah, nighttime, you know, crying or having to wake up about 3 times in the night to check on him, to let him out to go do a little wee, to all those things I was doing it on my own. And yeah, it's a lot. I'm not trying to say that, hey, if you're on your own, then you shouldn't get a puppy. Not at all. I'm just saying, make sure you cover all angles. I wouldn't, even though that was overwhelming, I wouldn't say, oh, I wouldn't get a puppy. Not at all. But it was overwhelming for a good few days. And then, you know, the whole work balance thing was pretty interesting too. As I said, thankfully, I work from home right now. So that's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. But yeah, so that's definitely something to look out for too. Another thing that I would, you know, just bring to your attention that absolutely nobody told me until I basically got the puppy, was that you will have to clean out their ears pretty much every week. Now, when I was told this, I instantly thought, that's gross. Clean out their ears, earwax. Okay. I mean, dog poop, okay, I can get to grips with. Wee wee, I can get to grips with. Earwax now, I mean, but in all honesty, when I actually got around to doing it, it's actually totally fine. And you can have special solution, doggy ear solution as well, that you just pop into their ears, give it a little swoosh around and then wipe it out, and it's pretty much good to go. And you know, he's all good with that. He's pretty chilled. As puppies, yeah, he's pretty chilled. So it's actually not so bad. I think it sounded worse than it actually was. And if you're just totally in love with your dog as well, then hey, it's just, it is what it is. Another thing that I didn't know, it didn't even cross my mind, it didn't occur to me, was that they lose their teeth. Yeah, their teeth fall out. When I was told that, again, it was just something that was just like, huh? But again, it sounds a lot worse than it actually is. And their teeth are so tiny that I don't even know. I don't even know if he's lost any teeth yet. I haven't seen any hanging around or anything like that. But even if that was the case, he either swallowed it or yeah, it got hoovered up. I have no idea. But yeah, that's another thing interesting facts to look out for, is just that they lose their teeth. They teeth and they lose their teeth. Very interesting indeed. Another thing as well is that they sleep for a long while. Now I can only speak for the dog that I have, which is a miniature dachshund, and they sleep for up to about 20 hours a day. Now that's not in one go, obviously, and that's not like 5 hours in one go either. It's very much broken up. Like, he will have bursts of just running around playing, and then if you generally just leave them alone type of thing, as in just let them chill there, he will literally just wander back to his bed and plonk himself in his comfy blanket and snooze. That's literally what he's doing right now. Another thing just to be aware of is be prepared to wake up during the night. Now, thankfully for me, before I even had a puppy, my sleep was pretty much broken anyway. I would wake up during the middle of the night, not necessarily to go to the bathroom or anything, but I'll just wake up. So it's not really affecting me as much, thankfully. However, I am finding, I mean, I've had him for about a week now as I'm recording this, and I have found that I am waking up pretty much like 3 times in the night. Once, yeah, just to make sure he goes to the bathroom, because his bladder is so small that they can't hold their wee for long, probably maximum 3 hours or so, if that. So just let him out of his cage. I am crate training him, mainly during the night anyway. So I just let him out of the cage or the crate, and he does his little business, and then I instantly put him straight back into that crate. There's no playing, there's no interaction. I know it sounds pretty harsh, but I've read a lot of forums and advice on this, especially during the night, and it's best not to alert them too much that they are no longer sleepy, because it will be hard to put them back to sleep, and you kind of want your sleep as much as possible. For the first couple of nights, because he sleeps downstairs, he sleeps for now in the living room here, and so for the first couple of nights I was sleeping on the sofa whilst he slept in his crate, simply because I was just petrified. I was just scared of the crying. The crying's loud, people. The crying is intense. And at 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, I don't want to wake the neighbors. So I have been, and probably this is to my own detriment, but as soon as he starts crying, I'm just like, okay, shh. And of course that encourages him to cry, because he will know that I will come running. But you know, as time has gone on and a few days have passed, I literally only slept on the sofa for like 2 nights, and then after that I thought, I miss my bed. So he still stays downstairs right now, and I'm up in my comfy room. What I tend to do is tire him out few hours before official bedtime, as in my official bedtime, and then so that he has as much of a long sleep as possible, and make sure he does a nice good wee before he goes to bed as well, so his bladder is nice and empty. So then for as long as possible he will stay asleep. But you know, still it's inevitable, especially as puppies, you will be waking up during the night. As I said, he's only 11 weeks, so he's still fairly, you know, brand new, and I'm not quite sure at what stage yet, or at least at what stage for him particularly, that he will sleep throughout the night, as in 6 hours without, you know, waking up. What I have found as well is a little extra tip as well, is that finding, if you're struggling with him sleeping, your puppy sleeping, for dachshunds especially, they suffer separation anxiety. So if he doesn't see me, he's crying. So as I find, especially at night, what I tend to do is put on some calming music. There's like sleep therapy music on YouTube for dogs, for pets, and I tend to put that on, and I have found that that helps just to soothe him, just to calm him down, and I tiptoe out and I escape back upstairs to my bed, and that keeps him going for a good few hours. So if you're struggling to like settle your pup or anything like that, then definitely some calming music really does help. Would you like to say goodbye to the people? You want to say goodbye? Come on then, say goodbye. So guys, I hope you found this video very, very useful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up for Bunty, because he would love you to give Bummy a thumbs up for the video. And also please subscribe to my channel as well, and we will see you in our next video, won't we? Look at those sleepy eyes. Look at those sleepy eyes. He's not impressed. Yes, so thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you found this very useful and insightful as well. So if you're looking to get, yeah, that's right, if you're looking to get a puppy as well, or if you're preparing for your new puppy arrival, then all I can say is definitely enjoy every moment, capture every moment as well. Yeah, because they grow very, very fast as well. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye. Say bye bye.